So there's a very important rule to know. And this is one of the tools I want to give you. And this is a tool before marriage, and it's a tool for after marriage. You can use it in both cases. And it's a famous rule called the 10 faults. 10 faults goes simply like this. Each and every person in the world has approximately 10 major to semi-major faults. Everyone does. There are no angels down here. Right? We all have faults. Now, when you get to know somebody better, those faults begin to come to the fore. And when you don't know them as well, you're going out and everyone puts their best face forward, so you don't really see those faults. But believe me, they're there. And if you say, oh, I didn't know he was such a slob. I didn't know he was so unpunctual, he was so tardy, he was so irresponsible, he had such a dry sense of humor, he was so sarcastic. I didn't know. So you know what? Expect it. And one has to know that when one looks at somebody and they have potential, there's somebody that perhaps you could see a future with, but they have faults, just be aware that when you trade in those 10 faults, you're just trading them for 10 other faults. And the next person is going to have those 10 other faults. So my son, he heard me beforehand, he saw me write down on the paper 10 faults, and he knows that I say this. So my son is back there, he says, yeah, but maybe I'll be able to live better with the other 10 faults. But maybe you won't. And the chances are that in those 10 faults, there will be some that are worse and some that are better. Some that you really can't stomach and some that you can gloss over. But everyone's got those 10. I certainly have those 10. And my wife, although they're hard to see, she's got the 10. We all have 10 faults. We all have 10 faults. And therefore, if we look for perfection, we are doomed